Hello and welcome to today's video. We are back in Canada. We are getting ready for the start here, qualified in 13th. As we make our way down into the first corner here. Little touch there with Lando Norris, but we'll keep it on the outside. We'll make another position up past the Renault and then behind the racing point. This point of the race, I don't think we're going to get much more ground gained. It's going to be settling in, follow the train for a while and see where we go. Currently on the yellow mediums. It's rain predicted for the later stages of the race, so I felt if I put on the yellows I can run a little bit longer, and hopefully when the rain starts to drop I can just switch over to the intermediates rather than switching from the softs to the yellows and then the intermediates. So we're not going to be as quick as the cars around us, but let's hope we can keep our position at least. Cars starting to spread out a little bit even after the first lap. You can see the top cars pulling away there. So we come through the final corner, trying to avoid the wall of champions. Had a sneaky look down the inside there, the racing point, but couldn't make it. Let's go on board. So we follow it through these quick corners. Canada, very fast circuit. There's very few slow corners in it. Even the slow corners are fast. Losing a bit of ground there. The Williams just not as good through corners as the cars around us. Still got plenty of top end speed, but the actual downforce of the car isn't that great. The final hairpin, and then onto the main street, or the main back street, I suppose I should say. So we come up to the chicane, few cars in front, jostling for position. It's the Renault attempts to go for the overtake. No, that's not the Renault, that's the Haas. He tried it, couldn't make it, and that has slowed everyone up. And I've got a chance here into the first corner, dive it up the inside. Racing Point holding on the inside, but he's not going to be able to hold me for the next one. Put back inside. And is that 2 Racing Points? It is 2 Racing Points in 2 corners. And now we can get on after the Haas. The Williams sound a nice new combustion engine put into it. Because ours was on the last leg, so we got a free change, no penalties. With the final chicane, 2 Racing Points right up behind us. DRS open. Didn't give him much room, but I think that was fair. Seeing the first spits of rain dropping now. Cars starting to really get spread out here. Taking a different racing line through there to compromise my exit. And now I'm under pressure. DRS open from all the cars behind. Almost going 2 by 2. 2 Racing Points compromising each other, so I get away once again. Got a little bit of breathing room to go into the hairpin and head back up the back street. See drops of rain falling. We go on board, see the droplets on the side panels there. The very fast chicane over the line. We're on to lap 4, 5, something like that. Very short laps here. I think this is lap 5 now. Slowly chasing. Very close to that wall. I think there might have been a little bit of a scrape, but none to compromise the speed anyway. You can see the car, it's getting a little bit slippy now. But we're nowhere near intermediate tires yet. Under pressure from the racing point once again. Not going to go too wide into that. There's only room for one car to come through that chicane. I think at this point, the racing point would be better just to stay in behind and try overtake on the main straight over the start finish line. We get a nice helicopter shot here. Makes the Williams look really good. Pretty decent line through there. The Ferrari powered Haas is pulling away from us. Back on to the back street. It's very difficult, very easy to get a bad line and a bad exit out of the hairpin, which just compromises the speed the whole way down. Up through the chicane. Little bit of gap to the racing points. We're fighting over position. Which is just helping me the whole time, so I'll not complain. Car's starting to get a little bit slower now. A little bit more rain going on. With more rain means less grip. A lot of oversteer. A lot of understeer. It's just everywhere. But we've caught up with the Haas. Into slipstream. Should have DRS now. There we go. It's opened. Can we get him into the corner? No, we don't have to. He's gone into the pits. So we're starting to see the red-walled tyre drivers all going into the pits now. And I can stay out a little bit longer. There's of course the Red Bull and the Mercedes just ahead. Tires are working good at this point. And I think that might be Hamilton right behind me now. Who's just going to have so much more speed than me. So I can't see myself staying in this position for much longer. He has, of course, already pitted, so he's going to be on much fresher tyres. Right up behind me now. Mercedes so much faster this year. Of course, they have been the fastest car for the last few seasons. And I feel the way things are going, they probably will be next year as well. And it'll not be until 2021 when the new regulations come in that we might start to see another car in a different era of racing. But yeah, Hamilton's right up behind me now. So I'm currently in first place here. And now I'm second. So we held on to first for like a lap. That's something you definitely can't say this season, that the Williams has been leading. But here we go, back on to the back street, coming up to the very fast chicane, keeping it out of the wall because no one wants to join the wall of champions. Little bit of DRS, not really going to be helping me much, but and see how much speed we're losing now in the corners. Much less grippy. Don't have as much exit speed. Fighting that steering wheel, trying to find some grip as we exit the corner. We're under no pressure here from anyone at the minute. Of course, all the cars that we were fighting have already pitted, so we're trying to get in a few quick laps before we do have to pit. But our racing line is basically gone now. There's no grip. We're fighting. Might not look it, but the track is very, very slippy. But it's not slippy enough to put on intermediates, which is the issue. We're kind of caught in that in-between stage where we're currently about 3.5–4 seconds slower, but the intermediates would be 6–7 seconds a lap slower, so it's still better to be on slicks than it is to be in intermediates. As we completely missed the turn in there. Ferrari of Vettel getting closer and closer as well. I think we were called into the pits this lap, but I thought it might be better to do one more lap. And instead of switching to the hards, which was on that was what was scheduled, so I said I'll do one more lap and switch to reds instead. I can do 5 laps on the reds rather than 6 laps on the hard. Vettel is closing very quick now. And he'll He'll get me down to the hairpin. If he doesn't get me into the hairpin, he'll get me out of their hairpin. Got the inside. I just watch him pull away here. DRS open. Even though I'm in the slipstream now, I'm going into the pits here. This is going to be close. Ooh. Just avoiding the back of the Ferrari. But here we go. Pit stop. See the cars on the outside slowly overtaking. Red wall's on. Softs is on. There's the cars that I was fighting with. All coming up now through the first corner. I'm going to have a much better exit out of here though. Up to speed already while they're still going around the second corner. Going to come out right behind. Oh, just fit in between the McLaren and the Racing Point. I'm going to hold it around the outside. So much more grip with these, the red sauce, even though it's raining. And yes, we have an issue in the Racing Point, and their engine has gone. Now, where are we at? I've actually lost this. This us? No, that's a McLaren. There's the Renault. This is us. This is us. Okay. Finally found where we were. Back up. And I'm behind the Racing Point now. And the Haas. Lots of cars fighting up ahead. The Haas tries to take down the inside. But I hold it. Oh. Maybe compromise them a little bit. But everyone was getting touchy in that first corner. And they made a few positions there. The Alfa Romeo and the Racing Point having a little coming together, and I took advantage of it. But this is the point of the race now where it's just absolutely no grip whatsoever. Lap 14 out of 18. There's only a few laps remaining. Let's see what we can do. You can see I'm really fighting the car now. Already 4 seconds a lap down. We're not even through to the final section yet. Just losing time constantly. Brake for the hairpin. Completely missing it. The Racing Point trying to get us there. He's not able to do so. I think at this point DRS is still enabled. It might be the next lap where it gets disabled. Not sure what happened there, but the Racing Point had a very slow entry. And even though he was past me, he was just very slow. So we held on to our position. Keep going. See the car tail end sliding out there. As we try to get some grip going. Little bit of a train forming here. But I think we're all in the same boat. And we're all struggling for grip. The Racing Point tries to bring it down the inside into the hairpin. Got the inside line. But I'm on the outside. So much more grip out there. And I get a much better exit. Look at that gap that I pulled out even from that little section. But into the slipstream once again. He doesn't take the risk this time. Trying to stay off the curbs. Isn't very much grip on the curbs at all. A few more laps to go. Everyone's fighting now for positions. I think the Haas just got past the racing point there, and as you can see, the car is sliding all over the place. At this point, I would go on to the intermediates, but with 2 laps to go, it's just too much time lost. I'd never make it back up, so it's just going to have to struggle on with the grip. And hopefully hold our position, which we're doing fine here at the minute. The rain is falling hard. Completely missed the turn in there for the final chicane, and had to go over the curbs, but we didn't gain anything and we didn't lose anything, so we don't have to give up a position or anything. Drifting sideways out of that. At this point now, I think the red walls is probably the bad choice. Initially they were grippier, but by this point now, with the rain and all the sliding, my tires have completely gone. And I think if I had the hard tires, I probably would have had more grip at this point. I think they were down to 80% worn on this lap. There's only one more lap after this. So can we hold on? This Haas is looking very close. Taking the wide line again. Get the grip on the outside. We'll get a good exit speed. No DRS now, going for defensive very early on. Right, breaking the Haas. Running a little bit wide over the curbs. Everyone's in behind me now. I'm a sitting duck. The Haas trying to go down the inside, give him plenty of room. Just so little acceleration out of the corners. We're kind of breaking away from the little group behind. And then they catch back up because they have no grip to get away. And I'm just slowing everyone down. But this is racing. And if you can't overtake on the track, well then, maybe you're not going quick enough yourself. Did run wide there. Probably give me a little bit of ground, a little bit of breathing room. And missed the apex once again. The Haas up behind. Gonna have the slipstream now up this final straight. So we are on the last lap. Coming in the chicane for the final time. Have no grip out of there. The Haas getting an amazing... Oh, it's so close. It's so close. And I think that's the end of the race. Yeah, it is. So, finish 7th. Not point, not 1-3. ahead of Grosjean in the 8th. So there we have it, 7th place. That was a tough race, lack of grip for the majority of it, but we get some more points, and that brings us up into 9th now. We have actually overtaken Grosjean. So we've got a Williams in 9th place. On the driver's standing, constructor standing, we're in 7th. Toro Rosso have yet to score any points this season. So more upgrades coming for the next race. Hope you enjoyed today's race. I certainly did. As much as you can, driving with no grip. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and I'll try to get out the next video much quicker than what I have been getting them out recently. Thanks for watching. Catch you all next time. Have a good day.